Welcome back to the No Business Soccer Podcast, and we have a special episode today. It's a Brazilian takeover. Snooze, go ahead and kick us off. Let's get it kicked off.
Let's dig in. Yes. As we said, this is the Brazilian takeover. As you've all known, this summer was the summer of the Brazilian, and that's because of the Club World Cup. All the teams that are just blowing things up over there. At this point, not so much, but hey, we'll talk about all of that in a second. We have a special guest here, one of my dear friends. We'll bring him in just a moment. And we're going to talk all things Brazil and mostly about the clubs in the World Cup, the league. We're going to talk about the players that are in Europe, because obviously this is a podcast where we cover the European teams. And then obviously our boy Don Carlo is over there now heading up the Brazilian national team. So we got to talk to him about that as well. And I'm excited for this episode, something that we haven't done before. So definitely going to be interesting, and I'm excited. But before we do that, we have to go boots on the ground in Austin, Texas, because there was a pretty good win. So let's go to the Austin FC Minute.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And if you stayed up until 12:30, you were rewarded with an Austin FC win on penalty kicks, 4-2. Although we did draw 2-2 during regulation, including golden piece in extra time. It was an exciting match, very controversial match actually as well. I think Austin FC was on the side of the ref this time, which we'll take it. We've never really been on that side.
Doesn't happen often.
Yeah, it doesn't happen often, so we'll take it. It did get us a win. But Austin scored on 2 penalty kicks during regular time, while San Jose scored on 2 open play goals, obviously. And then we had a penalty kick shootout. It marks just the second time Austin FC has been in pins, and we have won both of them. We won both penalty kicks. And furthermore, your all-star Brad Stuver has now saved 4 out of 7 penalty kicks in those 2 games, and Austin FC is undefeated in penalty kicks. Amazing, and that's why he deserves to be an all-star. And I've been saying it, far overdue for him to be in that all-star game and represent Austin FC. And he absolutely showed it. Not only that, he had 9 saves throughout the game. None more important than what came in I think around the 80th minute, where he had just about like 2 saves back to back, including a one-handed left-hand save. It was absolutely amazing. Please go back and watch it. Yeah, definitely deserves to be in the All-Star game. Everyone was going crazy. He even got a little interview from CBS at the end of the game, just talking about his game. It was absolutely amazing. So
hey, semifinals.
And we made the semis. Made the semis. And I don't know if nobody probably follows me on Twitter, but I did make a meme because although we did make it to the semis, it did cost us Brandon Vasquez, who did tear his ACL in the second half for this game. And that was actually just confirmed earlier this afternoon that he did have a full tear of his ACL.
That freaking sucks.
Ending his season, you're right, absolutely sucks. But yeah, we are wishing him the best and fast recovery. And we will see him next season, because he has become a pivotal part in our offense. And yeah, we're going to miss him. Hopefully Mirto Zuni can step up and fill the shoes that he had, because he has been, for lack of a better term, kind of, not living up to the price tag. Yeah, underwhelming a little bit. But he did score on a penalty after Brendan Vasquez left the game. So Mirto Zuni should be filling in the step and filling those shoes, and hopefully he can absolutely get together. But looking forward to this weekend. Actually, we play Minnesota FC. For the rest of this U.S. Open Cup, we play Minnesota FC on September 16th in Minnesota. That would be the next game. Again, the semifinals, and then if we win, we will go on to the finals. Obviously, I think whoever wins out of Minnesota or Austin will host the final. So I think I have to figure that out. Cool. So if we win, we host the final at Austin, which would be absolutely insane. And of course, it's the furthest we've ever gone in any tournament. And of course, we're hoping for it. So, but we also this weekend will play for MLS, the New England Revolution this Saturday at 7:30 at Q2 Stadium. Your boy will be in his hometown of Arlington, Texas, to watch AEW All In. And I know you're excited for that, Snooze. I know you're excited for that AEW All In. It's pretty much AEW's version of WrestleMania. I'm gonna go with a friend of mine, so I won't be able to go. Otherwise, of course, the first round would be on me. If you saw me next game, though, for sure, first round would be on me. So, if you're gonna go this weekend, please be loud. We are in a good place right now, and we are gonna need everything from our supporters, with Brandon Vasquez being out, to propel this team onto the playoffs for the MLS season. And then also, whenever we get back into the U.S. Open Cup for September 16th, at Minnesota, we're going to need absolutely everybody there to propel us to hopefully get a final here in Austin at Q2 Stadium. What do you think, Stu? Do you think that'd be pretty fun? Would you buy that ticket? Would you get that ticket? Yeah.
Yeah, of course I would, because I remember the last time we were in the playoffs, and that was really fun. So
crazy. Yeah, it was. But what an atmosphere.
Look, I think right now what I want to address before we go any further is people are probably sitting there saying, why didn't you talk about the drink? Why didn't you give Vic a chance to drink? And it's because there's a special reason. I just wanted to throw that out there before we get into it, because just know that it wasn't an accident. I did this on purpose. Okay. But anything else for Austin FC before we move on?
That is it. I'm sorry I went way over this Austin FC minute, but it's been a packed freaking couple of weeks that I haven't reported on him, and yeah, it's gonna be a bright future.
Look, the real reason is because he went to a happy hour before this, and he's kind of feeling good. Right, boys, loose right now.
Bro. I could talk all day about this.
Yeah. He does. Trust me. All right, but now before we go into the Brazilian part of this, we're gonna just talk about news and notes real quick. So let's go news and notes. And honestly, it's the middle of the summer, so that's a transfer window. I'm just going to read off a bunch of the transfers that have happened since the last time we've had a show. We had Jamie Gittins going from Dortmund to Chelsea. It feels like Chelsea's been buying a lot of players recently, and they need to get rid of a lot. Martin Zubamendi went from Real Sociedad to Arsenal. What's the word I'm looking for? He didn't go to Liverpool last summer, and then he goes to Arsenal this summer. That's weird. Why would you do that?
Traitor. Called traitor.
I have, it's Brazilian takeover day, so I have to say João Pedro. I think I said it right. João Pedro goes from Brighton to Chelsea. We also had, I don't know how to say this one. I have to bring him and ask Yuri himself. Estevao. I don't know. He's going from Palmeiras to Chelsea as well. It's really stupid that we have so many Chelsea guys, but we do have Mohamed Kudus going to Spurs from West Ham. We also have Alex Baena, which actually sucks because I was really looking forward to Villarreal in the Champions League with Alex Baena and the rest of those players. I usually Pettis there. He goes to Atletico Madrid, so he's still going to be in the Champions League, just not with Villarreal. And then let's see, the last couple that I wanted to bring up. Jonathan Burkhardt for Mainz. He had a great season for them. Their top goal scorer moves from Mainz to Eintracht Frankfurt, now up there with Ekitike. So we'll see how that goes. Typically, anybody who goes to Eintracht Frankfurt as a forward ends up leaving for maybe 5 times that price. Anybody else I want to say? I think that wraps it up for the big players that I wanted to talk about since last time we had this. Obviously, Jonathan David, he's the Canadian that was for Lille. He went to Juve, and that's something that people have been trying to get his signature for a while. So, okay, I think that's it. Let's move on to the Brazilian takeover part of this and bring in our friend Yuri Kulasavsky. He'll correct me if I'm wrong. Hey, what's going on, Yuri?
Hey, here's a bunch of crazy for you, Corinthians.
Yeah, vai Corinthians.
Vai Corinthians.
There you go.
Nice. Corinthians. Yes. Yuri, thanks for coming on, man. We've been chatting a lot, and not just about this summer, but specifically this summer. Usually through the season too, we talk about all kinds of football, all kinds of soccer stuff going on, and of course you have boots on the ground, as we say here in Sao Paulo, Brazil. So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and your journey through soccer, why you love it, and all these types of things before we get into the meat of the show?
Yeah, sure. Well, I'm honored to be here. It's a pleasure to share a little bit of the Brazilian soccer and a little bit of the spirit that we have over here. And honestly, since my childhood, it's funny because my father, he roots, he supports Palmeiras, and I don't know if you guys know, but Corinthians and Palmeiras, it's totally the opposite. It's the other side of the city. It's the other side of the sentiments. It's very different. But I don't know why. I don't know why. When I grew up, I was like looking to Palmeiras and was like, no, I don't identify myself with this green color. I need something more deep, more deeper, And then I started to look to Corinthians and I start to watch the games. And then, I don't know, I am a Corinthians supporter I don't know. I believe the first steps that I did in this world, I was rooting for Corinthians. So that's it. Yeah.
Okay. Hey, that's awesome because I know I'm kind of the same way with American football team. Like my family's all Dallas Cowboy fans, and I chose a green team. So I did the opposite of what you did. So hey, I get where that come from. Is your dad still mad at you though?
Yeah. Yeah, but I forgive you too. Okay, I don't know. Maybe there's something with the green color. I don't know, but okay.
I know. I remember when they went to when the Packers and the Eagles went to Sao Paulo. They said, "Hey, you can't wear green in that stadium," exactly. And I was like, "Wonder why?" But now we know. Now we know. Yes. So, okay, man. Well, that's awesome. I kind of sent you a little bit of what we wanted to talk about today. But we kind of have a lot to discuss as far as the Brazilian takeover that's happened in the world, really, because of the Club World Cup and a lot of other things going on. And we all know some of the best players in the world come from your country. And so I wanted to jump right into it. But before we did that, now we can't do it without hey, hi man, Vic, what you sipping on, dog? Let's go ahead and do it. Because
I will tell you that I was very I've been looking for some cachaça for the past like 2 weeks. So I'm very disappointed in what I have right now. Although I am trying to represent for my own I guess ethnicity. But I didn't have any cachaça, otherwise I would have made a caipirinha. But since I don't have that, I just went Mexican and got some tequila. So what I have is mi gente. This is actually Danny P's favorite sipping tequila because he did most of this actually. So what I'm drinking on some tequila right now. It's absolutely delicious, so floral, so citrusy. It's amazing to drink, and hopefully Yuri, we can have some tequila, we can have some caipirinha soon, and hang out.
Special day though, because the reason why we're doing this so late is because I do have the cachaça. I do have the Nova. What is it called? Nova Fogo.
Yeah,
Nova Fogo.
That's what I was looking for. I couldn't find that.
I'm not an expert in this field, so I don't have a glass. I forgot it, so I'm just drinking out the bottle, I guess. Cool. So yeah, cheers everyone! Like and subscribe. Yes. Check us out as we do this.
I don't know if y'all heard that, but I got a pretty good ping on that one.
Yeah. Oh, that is great. I've never had it by itself. I always had it with caipirinha. Oh man,
good stuff.
A little bit of sweet in there. I like that.
A lot of sweet.
Ooh. Okay. Okay, let's get into it.
He doesn't drink much, Yuri, so that's a lot for him.
The same as me. It's okay.
Yeah, I need some water before I can. Okay. Woo, gotta wash that down. So let's jump into the topics I want to discuss. First up, let's talk about the Brazilian clubs that are tearing it up or that did tear it up in the Club World Cup. And I know there was 4 of them. And I think because it's your least favorite team, we'll start with them first so you can get it out of the way. All right. Let's talk about Palmeiras. Is that how you pronounce it? Palmeiras?
Yeah. That's
okay.
Correct.
So how are they in the Brazilian league? And generally, is that a tough team to beat, or are they a team that is known for playing very, very high level, that kind of stuff? How does this team play?
Well, unfortunately, I need to say that they are a very strong team here in Brazil.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they are very consistent. And if I can say, in the recent years, I believe in the last 5 years, they were organizing all the finance part. And the president of the club, she brings an excellent Portuguese coach. His name is Abel Ferreira. And this guy is killing us, unfortunately. They were always a very competitive team, and all of the mindset that Abel was implementing in Palmeiras, it's really impressive. I needed to say, so it's very, very consistent, and all the time, all the years, it's impressive. They are developing new talents like Hendrick, like Esteban, for example, and that's it. That's Palmeiras today.
Yeah, that's what I was going to tell you too. So because I don't get to watch this league a lot. I watch the players once they get into Europe, obviously. But I saw that Estevão, is that how you say it? Estevão. Von. I got to get that part. He just moved to Chelsea for 60 million. That's crazy. So this guy, he must be good.
And I can say that after the World Club Championship that we are having right now, we have some people in Palmeiras that now there are a lot of rumors that they are going to European clubs.
Yeah.
For example, Richard Hughes, he's a midfielder, and now I heard some rumors saying that Inter Milan and Roma, they are speculating to take him.
Ooh. Oh, that's cool. Okay. Yeah. Hey, well, that's good news for Corinthians then, you know? Let's get them out of here.
Yeah, please. Take Abel Ferreira, take Richard Hughes, take Esteban. Please help us. Yeah.
Exactly. and that's so different parts of the city of Sao Paulo, right?
Yes, it's the other side of the city.
Okay.
Yeah. Corinthians so that is in the east zone and Palmeiras in the west zone.
Okay. And now we can switch gears. We don't need to talk about them anymore, Yuri. We can move on. Let's talk about the club that it's the only club that I had never heard of before, but that is Botafogo. Okay. Now, obviously, maybe it's because I don't watch the Brazilian league often. But how is this team? Are they newer, or is there some team that I should have heard of, or how has this team been in the league?
We have 4 big clubs in Rio de Janeiro. That is Flamengo, Botafogo, Fluminense, and Vasco da Gama. Okay, it's the 4 biggest clubs in Brazil, in particular in Rio. But Botafogo, it's a very traditional and very old club here in Brazil. So it's very common. You have people not only in Rio de Janeiro, but in Brazil generally. We have a lot of supporters from Botafogo too.
Oh, okay. And so because I had listened to a podcast that there is a new part owner who has like ownership for Botafogo. He owns Crystal Palace, and yes, there you go. Yes, and so that was there was a lot of I don't know the word, like they were not happy with him in Europe because it felt like a lot of his attention and his money was going to Botafogo. And so is that how they're viewed? Like just a team that's thrown a lot of money, or are they a team that's kind of, like you're saying, traditional, kind of done the Palmeiras way?
No, honestly, John Textor, it seems to be, I'm not a Botafogo supporter, but I have some friends who supports Botafogo, and they are very happy with John Textor. You know, he is doing a lot of investments in Botafogo. And now with this visibility that Botafogo beat PSG, it's crazy, you know?
Yeah.
So, and recently Botafogo won the Copa Libertadores, and so all the supporters in general, it seems to be very happy with the job that John Textor is doing and performing for Botafogo here in Brazil.
Okay, that's awesome. Yeah, I didn't know that I just never had heard of them. So they're in Rio. That's good. So, and you just said we'll move on to Flamengo. They're also in Rio. And okay, so this word closely relates to English, like a flamingo, which is a pink bird. Is that what it is in Brazilian as well? In Brazil as well. In
real quick, I do work with 2 Brazilians. One of their favorite teams is Flamengo. So if you can be like a little cruel, that'd be pretty cool.
But is it the same? Is Flamengo, is that the same thing? The animal, or no in Portuguese?
Honestly, I have no idea. I don't think because in Brazil, in Portuguese Brazilian, we have flamingo with E, you know.
Yeah.
And Flamengo, it's quite different, but I don't know. Maybe there are some connection. I don't know.
Yeah, I just thought, and in my American brain, I think like, hey, maybe there's flamingos in that part of the world. So okay, but generally, you said that they're one of the biggest clubs in Rio, correct?
Not only in Rio, in Brazil. You know,
Brazil. Okay.
Yeah. I can surely say that in the last years, I believe in the last 10 years, I think, Flamengo is that type of club that it's not new to see Flamengo in the top of the championships and in Copa Libertadores, for example, you know. So they are very and also similar to Palmeiras. In the last 5 years, they organized in a very beautiful way their economy, their finance part, and they were, I believe, one of the richest teams here in Brazil. They are hiring, and not only this financial part, but the methodology, the way that they play soccer. I believe it's the most close. I think it's it's very close to European teams. The way they play, the way they do the things with the ball. It's quite similar with the European teams. So they are amazing. They are a very headache for us Corinthians. So yeah.
Who won the league this past year?
The past year, you mean the National League?
Yes, yeah. Oh well, yeah. The main league in Brazil.
The last year, I don't remember exactly. Let me get here the information.
I was trying to think of the name. So is the
Do you know what it's called, Snooze?
Is it Serie A? No.
Yeah,
it's Brasileirão.
Oh, Brasileirão.
Brasileirão, it means like big Brazil,
Okay.
Yeah, big Brazilian, yeah, something like this.
Yeah,
I got the information. Botafogo won the last Brasileirão the last year. So yeah.
And which one is more important to Brazilians, the Copa Libertadores or the Brasileirão?
Yeah, very good. Yeah,
see, which one is bigger?
Copa Libertadores for sure, because Copa Libertadores to all the Latin America, it's similar to the Champions League.
Okay.
It's almost the same thing, So
you'll have like Boca, River Plate, all those.
Exactly.
Okay.
So Libertadores for sure, but Brasileirão, it's also something very important, and obviously, and if you are in the top 4 in Brasileirão, you will have the opportunity to play the Copa Libertadores, and that's it. Yeah,
that's awesome. Gotcha. Okay. And then the last club that's in the Club World Cup to talk about. I heard it's pronounced Fluminense. Is that how you say it, or How do you pronounce it?
Fluminense.
Oh, Fluminense. Okay, Fluminense. Yeah. And you said they were. Where's this club located?
Rio too.
It is Rio too. Okay. And are they? They're one of the bigger clubs. They usually do pretty well.
Yeah, exactly. And in Rio, we can compare Flamengo and Fluminense, similar to São Paulo with Corinthians and Palmeiras.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
they
rivals,
were like
rivals.
Exactly, the direct rivals. It's in Brazil we have an expression when you say, no, man, this is a problem. This is a fla-flu. It's a
fla-flu.
Flamengo against Fluminense. No, this is a fla-flu, man. No, this is a problem.
That's
because
cool.
That
is cool.
Their rivalry. Yeah,
it's pretty good.
Fla-flu.
I like that.
That's good. It's a good word. Look at us. Hey, it's a English or a Portuguese class as well. So there we go.
Yeah, it's almost a tongue twister, right?
Yes.
Fla-flu.
Well, I wanted to. Now we're talking about the different leagues that are going on, or the different teams that are in the Brazilian League Brasileiro, the Copa Libertadores. But also, we've seen a lot of influx of talent from Europe coming over. And that's what you and I talked about a lot this past season. Memphis Depay, but we also have Thiago Silva, Felipe Coutinho, and many more. How has that been for the league? And I really wanted you to talk about Memphis Depay mostly, and tell us just how has the league gotten better from these players, and is it a lot more fun and competitive because they've come?
A lot. When we receive Memphis Depay in the training center of Corinthians. I don't know, man. The sentiment, the feelings, it was amazing, Yeah. And obviously, when we receive a name like this, not only Memphis Depay, but when we receive a lot of another player who is playing in Grêmio right now, it's Brainwhite. He was playing.
Yes.
Yeah, he was playing in Barcelona a few years ago, and etc.
Yes.
And we have Luis Suarez, I think 1 or 2 years ago, playing Grêmio too, So I can surely say the Brazilian league, it is growing, because the differences that I can surely say and compare with European leagues or etc. is the Brazilian league. It's physical, it's intense,
Mhm.
it's a little bit different because I see the European teams working more in partnership, with passing the ball and connecting with each other. For example, PSG playing recently in the
Oh.
last games, they were
Mm.
killing it
Yeah.
because they were using teamwork all the time, and all of a sudden you see Kvaratskhelia doing the defense, and this is
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is crazy, In Brazil, it's a little bit different, because in Brazil we still have the mentality to have that main character, the main person of the team. For example, today Santos, we have Neymar again. So Neymar
That's
is
right.
the main character of Santos. He's the guy. And it's quite similar. And if you see the other teams, in Corinthians we have Yuri Alberto and we have Memphis Depay that are the reference of the team. In
Mhm.
Palmeiras, we also have this type of people, and it's quite similar, so it brings to the league this sensation of a very physical game, because you needed to get the ball and pass to the guy who will solve the game, so I think we are developing, we are improving this part, but
Yeah.
yes, but I it's something that it's very interesting in the Brazilian league, that you never know who will be the leader of the next year, because it's very intense. The games, it's crazy, but it's different. It's different if you compare with the European clubs, for example.
The and you brought up the European teams. What do you watch? I know you watch a lot, but just for the audience here, do you watch a lot of European soccer, football, and then who's your teams? Do you have different teams that you watch in different leagues?
Yes.
Okay, let's hear them.
I can say in Spain it's Real Madrid. I really love to
Ah,
watch.
okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry,
So Vinicius
Barcelona
Junior,
fans. Yeah,
Vinny. Okay.
Vini Jr. I think it's one of my favorite players in the recent years.
Hmm.
Um, and obviously because Neymar was playing in PSG a few years ago, so I was supporting PSG too. So it's I don't know. Honestly, I really like how this teamwork of the European clubs do. It's very
Hmm.
interesting. And I like to see this type of games. I don't know. Maybe that's why PSG won the Champions League and everything. And they
Yeah,
are
best team
killing
in the
the.
world right now.
They
Yeah,
are 100%. Yeah.
yeah.
So I noticed. I got to call it out. There is a guy that plays for my favorite team, Tottenham Hotspur, named Richarlison, and you didn't even say his name. What's going on,
Yes.
Richie?
No, I love Richarlison. I love, and
Okay,
I
okay.
will never forget his when he scored in the last World Cup. Do you remember
Yes.
that? Yes.
Yeah, of course. How could you forget? And that's
Yes.
yes, that was like a proud moment for any Spurs fans and then also Brazilians. It's like we
Yeah.
united because he was so awesome at that World Cup.
Yeah.
So you have Real Madrid. Do you watch a specific team in the Premier League as well?
Yes. Manchester United. I think it's my team. Yeah.
Okay, okay. And any specific reason or just because that's who you grew up, you liked them?
No. I remember when I was younger, I was watching the first steps of Cristiano Ronaldo in Manchester United. And this caught my attention a lot. And then I start to watch a lot of United games, and after that, I just keep rooting for them day by day, and that's it until today. So yeah.
Okay, okay, that's awesome. Yeah, it's good to have like a player like that too. Well, I don't know if does it work that way because he's Portuguese. Does that make him like because you speak the same language? Do you like him a little more, or no? Does not really?
I don't know. I believe what caught my attention. It's because he is not human. I think he's
Fair
a
enough.
yeah.
Like
He's
he
a
doesn't. It doesn't matter
transformer or
what
something like
language he
this.
speaks. He's not from this world.
Yeah.
Yes, it's crazy, and he's still doing it too. I mean, Messi
Until
is too. Right?
today, right?
Yeah.
40 years.
Oh,
Gosh, yeah. With 34, my back is killing me, and yeah.
Yeah, and then you see him. I mean, Mohamed Salah as well, just because of my boy Victor here. But yeah, they look like no fat on their body too, still to this day. So,
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to ask you a couple more questions because there's a lot that's been going on and new players coming in and obviously like you named Indrik. He's the one that I know has been he didn't really play last season for Real Madrid. He might be going on loan, but he was supposed to be very, very good. Then we have Esteval as well, like you said. Are there any other players coming up in Brazil that we should be aware of that might be coming to Europe soon, or specifically from your team from Corinthians?
There's a guy from Botafogo. His name is Igor Jesus.
Okay.
He is actually he was the guy who scored on PSG.
Yeah, I was just about to say I saw his name because of that. He got a lot of headlines for that.
And he is going to Nottingham Forest, if I'm not wrong.
Oh, he's already sold.
Yes.
Okay.
So I am very anxious to see he playing in Premier League. It will be very interesting. And there's a lot of rumors from Yuri Alberto. That's our guy in Corinthians who plays side by side with Memphis Depay. Mm-hmm. And there's some rumors that he is going to Wolverhampton.
Oh, okay. Wolves.
Yeah.
Wow. They're good side. This past season,
because they sold recently Matheus Cunha, right?
Yeah, to Manchester United. So
yeah, so now the position it seems to be open, and then they are considering to get Yuri Alberto from Corinthians. Actually, as a Corinthians fan, I am a little bit sad with this because Yuri Alberto it's one of our best players. He's a he's like the real 9. He's excellent. But that's it. He's very young and he has an entire career, so that's it. Yeah.
Hey, then I always think about that because there's a lot more talent coming from Brazil going to all places around the world. But, we're talking about the ones that are in Europe. And so I dream of the day that Austin FC has a player that's good enough to go out of the league and be sold to a big Premier League club or, just in Europe in general, to where I can have a reason to root for that team. So if your player goes to Wolves, are you going to, support Wolves? Is that your team now?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Because I identify with him, not only the player, but he seems to be a very good human being, as a person, he's a very good person, so I'm rooting not only for Corinthians, but for him too. So, yeah.
That's awesome. Okay. Yeah, I can't wait to see him then and see if it goes through. If he doesn't, good thing for Corinthians because you get to keep it for another year. So, okay. I only have one more question. Vic, anything you want to throw out there before I start this last question?
I mean, the only thing I have is like for just being a Liverpool fan, and maybe it stems more from like my football roots. Like I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan, so that means I hate everybody from the NFC East, right? So from Liverpool, like I don't like Manchester United. I don't like Manchester City. Like I know you had, you talked a little bit about Palmeiras, right? Yeah. You don't like them. Is there any other teams that you just don't like being a Corinthians fan or anything like that? Is you just can't stand? You just want them to lose all the time?
Like Brazilian clubs?
Yeah, Brazilian clubs.
Yeah.
Any?
Yes. We have Palmeiras and we have São Paulo.
São Paulo.
Okay. And in São Paulo, we also have 4 big clubs here. That is Corinthians, Palmeiras, São Paulo, and Santos. Most likely we will have that cousin that you don't like too much, but you support him sometimes. That's my relationship with Santos. So Santos, it's okay, because my grandfather he used to support Santos too, so it's okay, But São Paulo and Palmeiras, no, man, it's impossible. never. For example, now in the world clubs, everybody was saying, no, you needed to support for the Brazilian clubs, and I was like, yes, that's correct. I will support Flamengo, Fluminense, and Botafogo, and Botafogo, and that's it. Palmeiras never, I would never root for Palmeiras, never.
Well, that kind of leads into my other, I guess, question is that, how good, because I know as far as when it comes to soccer, like Brazil and not Venezuela, Argentina, there's kind of like a rivalry there. How good did it feel to see all these Argentinian teams do terrible at the Club World Cup? How good did that feel?
No, I have no idea. It's because imagine. I don't want to say that I hate, because hate, it's a very strong word. But I don't. I can't even imagine the idea to root for Palmeiras. But I can even consider not only 1% of chance to look to any Argentine clubs from Argentina. No, it's impossible.
So no River Plate, no Boca Juniors, no.
So it felt good, right? Like watching them do so terrible in this Club World Cup felt great, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of weird. I know Snooze is coming with all these like good feeling stuff, but no, I kind of watch soccer. I kind of watch football to hate a little bit. You know what I mean? So I wanted to bring that out. See what you thought about that part of it.
I have a lot of friends from Argentina. I love Argentina. It's a very amazing, beautiful country. But when we are talking about soccer, no, forget about it.
It stops right there. Hey, I respect
limits that we need to respect.
I like it.
Yes, absolutely. And I think on a world stage, going into the Club World Cup, if I had to say, there's probably a bias because the teams that we see more in front of us, anyways, are River Plate and Boca Juniors, right? We don't really see a lot of the Brazilian clubs. So for me, I don't want to speak for everyone, but for me, watching the Club World Cup and seeing how they just did not do well, and all these Brazilian clubs who I had heard of but not really, just go through the league like nothing, that really caught my attention, and that's what we wanted to talk to you about. So good job, Victor. Great questions there, because we do have ways to watch the Argentinian league here in America, in the United States. I don't know if there's a way to watch the Brazilian league. I've never looked into that. But so that's why I think it was just so fascinating to see these clubs that we had never really heard of. And then all of a sudden they're tearing it up. And when I say never heard of, we've heard the names, but we don't get to watch them a lot.
That's what we're
talking about. Exactly.
We don't get that exposure to them. And with this Club World Cup, we did, because obviously it's here in America. So it was pretty cool to see. And we did have one, because Austin FC used to have Sebastian Driussi, and he went to River Plate, back to River Plate. He got injured for a little bit, but it kind of ended on bad terms. So even though we had somebody from MLS and from Austin FC go and play in the Club World Cup here in America, we were still a little bit like, you know what? If you don't do good, that's fine. If you don't do good, it's great. It's all right. So
we were on the same.
We were kind of with you. We were a little bit Brazilian. So
yeah. Well, we're a lot of Brazilian. We're Brasileiro.
There you go.
Big Brazilians.
Bring it back around. That was nice.
So the last question, and then we'll let you get out of here. I wanted to ask you your feelings on Carlo Ancelotti becoming the head coach of the Brazilian national team. And I know the Brazilian national team hasn't been what it was a few years back. So tell me about how you feel about him becoming the coach and the future of the national team for Brazil.
Yes. Regarding Carlo Ancelotti, there's no words. No, he's, I believe, one of the most respected and admired coach in the world. So when we start to see the rumors that Ancelotti could be our coach, we were like, nah, it's not possible. Carlo Ancelotti in Brazil, no, okay, I don't know. And he was in Real Madrid, and we were like, okay, who knows? And then when finally we saw the news that yes, it's done, the contract is done, he's going to Brazil, we're like, wow, that's cool. That's very, very interesting. Very, very. We are very happy with this. But on the other hand, what's our concern? I believe the CBF, that the company who organize all the Brazilian soccer, the leagues and everything, the company behind of the Brazilian soccer, the Brazilians and the CBF and Brazilians, we kind of lost the connection. because CBF, we have a lot of corruption scandals recently, and the way that CBF was managing the Brazilian soccer, it's terrible, not only in the national league, but the Brasileirão, the other leagues and championships that we have here in Brazil. So there are a lack of confidence and respect between CBF and the population in general. So I believe that's the most that's the main problem that we have here right now, because we don't trust too much in CBF right now because of the last scandals that they were doing. But on the other hand, maybe with Carlo Ancelotti, we have a new air, with a new energy with the players, because maybe now it's the time that we can try to solve this identity crisis that we are having with CBF and all of these stuffs. And maybe we can have this hope again, to believe, not only to win games, this is not only about to win games, but you see the Brazilian team, you see the coach, you see the CBF, and you see yourself on it, so that's the idea, to be part of it, to be connected with the players, with the coach, and maybe, who knows, with Carlo Ancelotti, we can rescue this sentiment, this feeling again, so that's my expectation. And I can surely say this is not only my expectation. A lot of Brazilians, we are expecting the same thing. So I'm very curious to see how Brazil will be in the next games and in the next World Cup.
Man, I wish I could be as passionate about the U.S. men's national team like you just were right there, because, whoa, we got a good coach, but don't have a team that we can get behind like that. So that is cool. That, seeing the Brazilian national team, it's always if they're on, you're going to watch them no matter where you are, no matter what country you're in, right? Because it's such a staple in world football and the way that they play and all of the stars. And so it has been a little sad seeing them not be at the top, the very top. And so I think we're all rooting for Carlo Ancelotti and the Brazilian team and all of them. So hopefully they can get their act together. And real quick, before we get you out of here, how are you feeling about the World Cup? You think with Carlo Ancelotti, good things coming at the World Cup?
Yes, that's okay. My expectation. We are saw in the last games of Brazil a changing of the way that Brazil was doing the games, the strategy, So I'm very, very anxious to see the next games.
Okay, I'm looking forward to it too.
I just want to ask if by some happenstance that we play USA versus Brazil, will you be back on the No Business Soccer podcast to just talk about it? Maybe just rub it in our faces a little bit. I don't know exactly how that's going to happen, but will you come back and kind of talk to us about it?
Yes. Okay.
No, perfect. I wanted to lock you in, but that's all I wanted to do. So yeah,
it'll be like 4-5-0. We probably don't want to talk to him after that. We're gonna say, you know what, Yuri, don't worry about it, man. We'll talk to you another time. So.
All right. Okay. It's fine.
Okay. Well, I think that's it. Judy, we appreciate your time, man. Thanks for joining us on this Brazilian takeover.
It was a pleasure.
Awesome.
It was a pleasure. It's my pleasure. Totally.
We'll definitely have to have you back in the season too, because I know the seasons, the European season, it kind of lines up with the season in Brazil as well. And next time we're talking about Memphis Depay or something big, I'll have to bring it up on the show. And now everybody will know who you are. So thank you again, Yuri, for coming on.
No, it's amazing. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's a pleasure.
Okay, Vic, take us home, sir.
All right. Well, everyone, again, thank you for spending some time with us talking about some Brazilian football today with this Brazilian takeover. Be sure to like and subscribe. It's the best way to say, hey, maybe these guys are pretty cool. Maybe YouTube should send it out to some other people and get in front of their faces. It's the best way to support us. And of course, follow us on all of our social medias. Everything is at No Business Soccer Podcast, except for Twitter, except for TikTok. That is at No Biz Soc Pod, because those screen names are way too long. Everyone, again, thank you, and we will talk to you very soon. Peace.